How did a top high school hoops prospect struggle at a top university and then fake his own hack after being frustrated with playing time? This is the story of Jahvon Quinerly, who had one of the most bizarre situations in his freshman year at Villanova University. I'm Dan, and this is the Switch Report.
I'm Jelly JQ, man. Shout out to Overtime.
Jahvon Quinerly was one of the most popular names throughout the basketball world in the country when he was in high school. He's best known because of his involvement in the Jelly Fam movement. Jelly Fam is an exclusive group of basketball players known for their unique, flashy layups and finishes at the rim.
Just add a little flair to your layup, especially kids that aren't athletic, kids that can't dunk.
This earned him the nickname Jelly JQ, as he racked up hundreds of thousands of followers on social media. But JQ was more than just a flashy finisher. This kid could really play. JQ was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school and ranked 26th overall among the best high school players in the nation on the ESPN Top 100. Quinerly initially committed to Arizona. However, amid the university's coaching scandal that involved paying players to play for the university, which JQ was most likely involved in, he decommitted and decided to play for another Wildcats team. The young prospect decided to take his talents to Villanova University. But Villanova's program is dramatically different from a program like Arizona's, and I don't think JQ understood this at the time of his decision. Villanova is not known for landing the top recruits in the nation that look to go one and done. Instead, they recruit solid players who are used to winning in high school, as they are expected to bring that winning mindset to college. Head coach Jay Wright values team basketball and great coaching rather than skill and talent. This is how Villanova has won 2 out of the last 4 national championships. At schools like Duke, UNC, Arizona, Kentucky, they'll get unbelievably talented players who will essentially serve as one-year rentals, as they really just want to go to the NBA. And it was a school like this that Quinerly was looking for. So, as a 5-star recruit, JQ expected to get significant minutes and be a huge contributor to the team. But that's not how Jay Wright's system works. It's pretty rare to see a Villanova freshman in the starting lineup or even get significant minutes. A school like Arizona would be completely different. At Zona, Quinerly would probably not only be a starter, but the offense would be run through him specifically. Maybe that would work in college, which would then allow him to declare for the NBA draft. But he wouldn't be NBA ready and probably fade away or go overseas somewhere. At Villanova, freshmen are usually not given a huge role and are instead developed throughout the beginning of their collegiate careers, then used more in their later years, in which their knowledge and experience makes them unbelievably dominant and able to manage a large role on the team. Josh Hart is a good example of a player that bought into this system. Hart was ranked 92nd in the ESPN Top 100 in 2013. He averaged just over 20 minutes per game in his freshman season and had a usage rate of just 16.7%. You probably wouldn't think that this guy would someday be one of the most electrifying college basketball players in the nation and then be a prime role player for the Los Angeles Lakers. But by trusting in Jay Wright's system, his usage rate increased every year as he improved dramatically in virtually every major statistical category. By the time he was a senior, he was averaging 18.7 points per game and 6.4 rebounds per game, shooting 51% from the field. He won the Big East Player of the Year and won a national championship. That is the Jay Wright and Villanova Wildcats system, which has also worked for players like Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, Ryan Arcidiacono, and Omari Spellman. However, this system requires patience, and that's something that Jahvon Quinerly didn't have or expect when he arrived. JQ was surprised and frustrated when Wright elected sophomore point guard Colin Gillespie to be the starter, as he was essentially out of the rotation, averaging just 9.9 minutes per game throughout his first 7 games of the season. And in the time that he did play, he didn't necessarily help his case to play more, as he was putting up abysmal shooting percentages, and turning the ball over frequently. He was also playing horrendous defense. Take a look at some of these examples here. Quinerly would often forget who he was guarding, which just confused the whole Wildcats defense. He was also a liability on switches. This forced other teammates to come to his help, which just ruined the defense. Then on the ball, he wasn't much better. Seen here, he just lets his man get right past him and get to the rim. JQ was trying to bring his high school game to college. In high school, he was able to have the ball in his hands for most of the offensive possession. He could then go to work using his fancy handles and athleticism to create his own shot or get someone else open. But on the collegiate level, this wasn't going to work. The defenders he matched up against were far more skilled, and Nova's offense consists of lots of ball movement. In the 8th game of the season, after playing 1 minute in a disappointing loss to Penn, JQ voiced his frustration in a cryptic Instagram story that he deleted after a few minutes, thinking his 450,000 followers wouldn't take notice. The story read, "Was my second choice for a reason," referring to Villanova. Although he had taken it down immediately, it had already been screenshotted multiple times by numerous people. Panicking, Quinerly attempted to fake getting hacked. He subsequently posted strange photos of random strangers' accounts, giving shoutouts to them. Later on in the night, it looked like his account had been deleted. Though no one was fooled by this, Quinerly later took responsibility and apologized for the initial post, though he never acknowledged the whole fake hacker part. Coach Wright said that the incident was a good teaching moment. He said that him and Quinerly had talked and he felt really bad about it. He said it was a learning experience and that everyone knew that JQ was a good kid. They accept his apology. About a week and a half later, the Wildcats faced off against the UConn Huskies at Madison Square Garden, and Quinerly actually got significant playing time due to starting point guard Colin Gillespie being injured. He played 25 minutes, the most he'd played all season, and dropped 10 points and 4 assists in a blowout win over the Huskies, his best game of his Villanova career. Over the next 4 games, he was playing more minutes, but that would eventually dip right back down to where it had been. The season ended, and Jahvon Quinerly averaged 9.5 minutes, 3.3 points per game, an assist, and shot 33.7% from the field. This season may have not went his way, but I don't blame him. Quinerly is a young guy who made a stupid mistake that stemmed from his frustration. He panicked and later apologized for his actions. It's not absurd that a highly anticipated recruit like Jelly JQ, who went from fame and stardom in high school to a bench player, would have some frustration. My advice to JQ would have been just to be patient and trust the system that has brought the Villanova program and players great amounts of success. By buying in and developing, maybe Quinerly would become the electrifying point guard he once was in high school. However, Quinerly did not select that route. Instead, he has decided to transfer from Villanova University to another school that is yet to be decided. I don't think he made the right decision here, but I wish him the best of luck, and I hope that he can find success once again. Thanks for watching, and if you like these videos, please subscribe to the channel for more. Also, follow the Swish Report on Instagram.